Bum bum bara bum bum bara bara bum 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 bum. Baraba baraba baraba. Hello, hello, hello. Do. Let's see if we did everything. Yes, yes, yes. I clicked on that. I clicked on this. Okay, I think it seems to be fine. Well, let's go then. Are you ready? Hello. Good evening, good afternoon, good whatever. Nearly good Christmas. Hello, hello. It's the 21. It's nearly Christmas, boys. It's close. It's very close. I think Christmas is always nice, you know. If there is a bit of snow, it's even nicer. But it depends on the year. Sometimes there is snow, sometimes there is not. Well, what we were doing. Oh, yesterday we finished the setup of all the fishes. We actually have 28 fishes. Yeah, 28 fishes in our world. Now the point is, do we have fishing locations? I'm thinking. Sorry, I just had a thought to have people fishing in fountains, which was a bit funny, but probably no. But technically, you know, you could fish in fountains. Why not? Why not? I mean, we can, as long as the material is named something with water in it, or not. No, we said that. No, we said that we go by mesh name, right? Yeah, we go by mesh name. We go by mesh name. Yeah. We do. Under trace mesh. Yeah, under trace mesh. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so the other question is how much we want to respect the current distribution of fishes. I think we should, or we can, right? I don't think I want to change them all. Hello, Hula. Perhaps not in a fountain, but in a training place not far from the city can be good. I think there will be places, yes, around the city anyway. Wow. Sorry, I'm a bit, I'm yawning a bit, but I will wake up. I will wake up, I promise. So how do we start this? Did we add something in the plan? The plan is saying select river and lakes and add fishes. Simple as that. Select lake and rivers and add fishes. But I think we should review the current distribution first, right? I can open it on another page, but I have the full distribution, because if I search for natural resources, right, and I order them by skill, here I have all the fishing locations, right? I have all the fishing locations. Do you want to see them? Well, I would prefer you don't see them, but that's fine. I mean, we will have to redo all of them anyway. I think I need a map or something. Because, for example, the bream, right? The bream, I think we put it in the... The Brim, we put it in tier 2. But actually what I see is that the Brim is in Bidor South. So it seems to be pretty far away from the city. Okay, I think we need to have an overview of what we have in the game now, because otherwise, if I don't understand, right, I think we should create probably a major location, so something like that. We should create a major locations list. Why this thing is so white? My dark reader is not on. No, it's not on. Can you... much better. Do you like reading white on black, or do you like reading black on white? I like reading white on black because I think it's more relaxing to the eye, right? So it's not... I think it is a bit harder to read white on black. I don't know exactly, like if the letters are kind of mixing each other a bit, because the light is, I don't know, but at the end I like it more. And I like not having the monitor flash my face, you know, flash my face like a lot. I forgot my skin. I forgot my skin, okay. Let's change it. Let's change it. Okay, so the idea is that we go in game. We go in game, I mean the real game. So here I'm connecting, maybe I will connect with something else, not with me. So people don't really recognize me in game, which is fine, which is better actually. And so we are with this guy, Tongarara. Genius, Tongarara Genius. Geniureu. Okay, so, and what I want to do, I want first of all to set my gravity off. So I'm flying like this. Whee! Whee! Look at how I'm flying. And then I want to teleport, right? In the major places where we have fishes. So because I need to get an idea of what is the current distribution. If I don't understand what is the current distribution, okay. I think that no gravity plus swimming is not a great idea. My character went completely crazy. Whee! Look at my legs. In theory, in the new release, that's not possible anymore. We will see, but... Okay, so one place is definitely here. So here we are, in the bronze doors to the left of that entrance, right? So there is a fairly big lake, so I think that here we should have many fishes. And the water I think is a bit too clean, but anyway. Yeah, and I think in this place there may be multiple locations. So in this place we actually have Brim, 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 brim. We have 3 brims, probably because in the old system, right, we could not separate the 3. Yeah, I think I'm exactly in the same place. Oh, there is a guy. There is a guy floating. They don't swim. It's a pity they don't swim. They should be able to swim, but they don't swim. Okay, so the second place is here, which is basically the same, and then we have a third place and a fourth place. I think they are probably all exactly in the same location. Yeah, they are. They are just different because we are in the same area, right? Because there are multiple lakes in this area, and I just want to be sure that this is the same lake. Yes, it is, because the entrance is there. Yeah, it's the same lake. It's the same lake. Then there is, okay, so these 3 locations. So at the moment in these 3 locations, hello Fanner, good morning, good afternoon, wherever it is for you. 2000 points, easy 2000 points. Oh, you are again above 80,000. 80,000, wow. So should we make a map or not? I think we can make a quick map. I mean, I have maps. The only problem is that I don't know if I want to show you the world map all the time. I mean, you know it, right? But it's fine. I mean, maybe, who cares? I need the map with the at least the major locations. Let me see. Let me see what we can do, huh? You know what we can do, maybe? I have another file. Yeah, exactly. I think it is enough. I think that this is probably high level enough. But I cannot copy as an image. No! I cannot copy? Control C didn't work. Okay, we will screenshot it, which is probably bad because we are going to lose quality, but it's fine. We don't need extra quality, right? Okay, so there is a high level, right? High level, the different biomes that we have in the game, right? And these are their kind of location, their number, like 6. Right, so that is pretty much what we have in the game. Now, yeah, I want to remove this because I would like to put some markings or something. But anyway, so along this, in this map, right, there are special locations like lakes or rivers that I think we should somehow outline, right? Yeah, unfortunately, this was kind of a bad idea, but I did it this way. because it was just to show the, you know, just to show the thingy. Yeah. I'm just trying to clean it up on my... Here there is a river. I mean, it doesn't have to be perfect, it's fine. It's fine. Just that we have enough space to paint other stuff, right? Because in reality we have more rivers than this. We definitely have more rivers than this. And maybe we can even add a few more rivers or lakes. Because I think that we need I think that we need... do you think there should be fishes in the desert? There is an oasis. I mean, there is water there. Not much, but there is water. Okay, so... let me save this as fishing... a real mission fishing 4, maybe? A real mission fishing... real mission fishing 4. Okay. Okay, we have it saved. We have it saved. That is not working. Okay. So bronze doors, right? Now I don't know how precise I can make this, because actually it's not so easy to make it precise, right? But wait, because I want to change the color of this. I don't want it to be... blue, because I want to be blue only the stuff that is actually a river. So we use blue for all the rivers, right? So we have 2 big rivers here, and I don't remember if that river goes to the end. But then we have a number of lakes. We have this lake. We have this lake. This lake is located... yeah, it's pretty much in front of the main road. A bit to the left. Does this lake have a name? I don't know, for sure he has a name, but pretty much the road is like this, roughly, right? The road is roughly like this. This is the main road, pretty much, right? So I think that this lake, we can say that is here. Okay. This one is this lake. I think we should give them numbers so that it's a bit easier to, or letters, A, B, C, D, something. Let's call him A, okay? And this is basically the first location, and at the moment in A there is only the brim, right? There is the current setting. Then still on B or south, there is another location. We are gonna go now. I think vertically I will stay like at least 50 meters above. sound problem? Strange noise, okay. Okay, it's now better. Now tell me if it's better, thank you for telling me. The mic is scratching, okay, now it should be good. The mixed and sound, okay, sorry, I was too focused on this. This is another lake that I think is on the opposite side, or not. Oh no, it's exactly the same. Really? This kind of strange though. 94, 921, minus 740. Yeah, actually it is here. Okay, so in this same lake, there is also the bream. No, the carpfish, right? Yeah, because the problem is that we had a million different... Yeah, we are still in the same place. Okay, we're still in the same place, boys. So A is... I'm looking at the current definitions. Because if the range was what? It was like 12 meters. Sounding way better than before. Thank you. Thank you for telling me. Okay, so let's see this other location. Let's stay always at 15. Why they all look in the same place? Maybe we are not teleporting? They all look exactly in the same spot. What is the distance between this one and the previous one? Is it is a meter, right? So 40 compared to 32, right? Is if this is 1 meter, this is 10 meters, this is 100 meters. So is 80 meters difference. 80 meters difference between this one and this one. How they can be exactly in the same spot? There's something not working here. 3240. So this one is next to that pier, right? Looking at the... yeah. Looking at the wilderness. Yeah, it is actually kind of far away. Okay, yeah, it's the same place. Yeah, it is. Because the previous position was there and the new position is here. So yeah, it's probably 80 meters or so of distance. Okay, no, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. So it's the same place. Now, this seems to be a completely different one. Right? Yeah, my thingy went crazy. Unfortunately, when you have... nah, you have to exit from this freaking... Wait. Nah, you cannot. Okay, I have to exit from the lake, otherwise it doesn't work. Okay. Now I can do gravity off so that I'm flying, and now I can do this, but I have to teleport myself way higher. Yes, like that. Okay. So this is the other lake. This is the other lake. This lake is I mean, it's very far away from the previous one because that entrance, the entrance that we have seen before is very far from here. Well, I mean, not very, but kind of is down there in front of me. But let's say probably 1 kilometer or more, right? So if I slide myself forward 1000, I don't even know if I can slide 1000. Yes, I can. Yeah, now we are here, you see. So, and the lake was there. So this lake is to the other side, but it's still... wait a second, I think I made a mistake. Made a mistake. Wait a second, huh? Because the open, no, it's correct, because the opening is here in front of me, right? So if I go forward like 400, well, 300. Yeah, this is the... Holy shit, what is that? What is that? What's that? Let me send him a screenshot. And then we say that we have too many items in the game, you know? People are littering our game. They should be deleted because the server, every time the server starts, is loading all these items, right? And it doesn't really make sense that it's loading all of that stuff. Near the fire camp, yeah, exactly. I think it's near the fire camp on the right. Yeah, pretty much, yes. So that lake is... But it's more to the north, huh? Because on the south there is kind of a desert. Yeah, you see it's there. Okay. So this one, right? This one is pretty much... I mean, it doesn't have to be precise, but pretty much is here. Right? Closer to the border. Right? Let's say that this one is B. Let's say that this one is B, okay? B. So in B, what do I see at the moment? I see a carp fish. And I see... Yeah, I'm sorry, we will do it on stream, but I mean, meaning that you will know all the locations of everything, but not many people watching the stream, and this will be lost. This will be lost in history, so it's okay. I mean, it's a big spoiler, but it's fine. It's fine. Okay, then the other location is what? So here we were at 9131. Yeah, exactly, this one. The next location is very close, so it's probably the same, in the same lake, right? There's another location in the same lake. No, it seems that we are back. It seems that we are back to the left lake. Okay, we are back to the left. Yeah, because the order is not exactly the right order. So here we have the Earth Crest, which was the Manta before. So here we have the Earth Crest, right, which was the Manta before. Then we go back to the previous lake, to the second lake, because I can read it from the coordinates. Right? And yeah, exactly. The only problem I have with this, yeah, but it's this one, I don't remember if there are 2 lakes actually in this area. Are there 2 lakes and not just one? Maybe I can look at it from... and we can add more, we can add more lakes if we need. Yeah, that is close to the fire, yes. The fire is there. Yeah, but it should be pretty much... because I remember there is also one lake in a very hidden spot. But I don't think it's after these mountains. No, it's probably that one then. Probably not. I kind of remember a double lake on this side. Well, in theory, we can just open the editor if we really want, right? And we can look at it from the editor. But okay, let's map the existing. Anyone knows if there are 2 lakes here? Hello, Rock in the show. Hello. In the shoe. Hello. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Okay, so this is that location, and this location is the Edefish. What are we doing in here? We are working on our game, and in particular we are working on the fishing of our game. So we added a new way to do fishing, because fishing was already available but was very, very simple. You basically click on an area and then you wait and then you get a fish, right? But now there is a bit of a mini game in the fishing, and what I'm doing, I'm mapping. This is pretty much our entire world map, right? And I'm trying to map the existing locations where we have fishes and see if you want to keep them the way they are or if you want to change them, right? There is something that I need to decide. We are going back and forth between the 2 lakes. Yeah, we are back to the other lake, and here we have a lionfish. So there was a really, yeah, the problem of this list, right, is that it's very hard to maintain. But anyway, so in the first lake, somehow in a certain location, there was also the lionfish, right? And now the new system will make all of this way simpler, because we will be able to decide to define on the wall water surface, right, what fishes he has in a list. So it's much easier than what we have now. What engine are you using? Yes, Unreal Engine 5. I don't have the editor open at the moment, but Unreal Engine 5. I mean, we started with 4, but then we converted it to Unreal Engine 5. At the moment we are on 5.4.3. 5.4.3. What is this place? This place is a bit weird because it's very high. It's like 20. It may be the inner cave. Yes, this is the inner cave. Okay, here we are. Here we are in the inner cave. And yeah, my character went crazy again because when you have gravity, no gravity and swimming at the same time, it goes completely crazy. Whee! Poof. It seems the two physics together don't add up properly. Okay. Yeah, there is another lake. You should have access to this, right? Because there is in the... Yeah, you have access to this. So it should not be a problem. You should have access to this lake. So this lake is actually located inside... so I have to do this. I started using EU5 a few days ago. Do you have any tips for beginners? Depends on what you want to do, because you know, Unreal Engine is a very, very big and complex engine that allows you to do anything, you know, from mobile games, if you want to do you know, mobile apps, to 2D games, 3D games, multiplayer, single player. So I mean, yes, you can learn a bit about the engine itself, right? But I think you really need to focus on what you want to do, what you want to learn, because you may be specializing, you know, in special effects, right? Like particle effects or visual effects, or you can specialize in animation or programming. I mean, there's so much. So is fairly, the answer to that question, right, is really depends on what you want to do. But like The Witcher, a single player open world story game. Okay. Well, for that you need a lot of pieces, right? Because it's not a simple game. At least you don't need a multiplayer. So in this location there is the lionfish. There is the lionfish. Okay, then we have another one, which is this Bidisor South. Let's see, where is it? I don't know if you only have one fish there, but it's possible. No, we also have this one, which I think is the same location. 20... But yeah, there are very good tutorials on the Unreal Engine website, so you can really look at that. Okay, this is exactly the same lake. And on this lake we get also the pike. So we get the lionfish and we get the pike in the hidden lake, right? Then going back to... look at my reflection in the water. Wow. Fantastic. Yeah, there is the problem of falling down. Wow, that is not enough. Okay. So here we are back to where? To the first or to the second? I think here we are back to the second lake. See you, man. Thank you for stopping by. Click on follow if you want, so we can see each other again. Ah, you clicked on follow already. You're right. Thank you for the follow then. You were working on Blender for 1 year. Okay, so this is the second lake, right? So in the second lake, we also have the perch. In the second lake, which is this one. In this one, in B, we also have the perch, yes. So there we have the pike. Unfortunately, they are not in order, right? So I'm jumping between one and the other because the list that I have is not in order. It's not in order of location. It's just a random list, unfortunately. So this seems to be still the second lake. Yeah, that is still the second lake. And in the second lake we also have the trout. I'm just trying to list all the fishes, right? But you see how complex it was, right? Because there were many circles where you could fish, but it was very painful, I would say. Okay, this basically finished BD Source Out. So BD Source Out, there are these 3 locations and these are the fishes, right? Now we move to another place, BD Road 1. BD Road 1. BD Road 1. Oh, we know this one very well. It is the one where we did all the testing, right? And let me see if I can go up a bit more. So this one is on the road between Gug and Idla, right? And actually, yeah. It's kind of in the middle. Now, I don't know exactly where I am. I mean, I know where I am, but not exactly on the map. But it's fine. I mean, it's not important, right? So basically, we'll be roughly here, okay? Roughly here. So there is the Lake D. And here we have the carp. Let me see if we also have other fishes. Yeah, we have the lionfish as well. We have the lionfish for sure. It is the same lake. Yeah, exactly. So we have that. No, we only have the carp actually. There are 2 locations for the carp. Okay, so there is only the carp in this lake. Now we move to BD Road 2, which is a bit more to the north. And if I can go like 70 meters above, it will be easier so that I get a sense of where we are. Yeah, exactly. So there is another lake that is close to that camp. And this lake is close. Is that the north or is this the north? No, I think it's that the north. So it's pretty close to the connection between the two, huh? If I do slide me forward 400 and then I do pause, I'm back in BD Road 1. Yeah, exactly. So that is at the beginning of BD Road 2. On the right side, on the right side of the entrance, yeah. So this lake is roughly... Maybe this one I pushed it too much, but is roughly here. Where is the road? The road to Goog is probably there. Yes, Goog is there, right? So yeah, it's fine. I mean, it's okay. I don't have to make it perfect again. It's just an indication. But roughly it is here. Okay. Roughly it is here. So this one will be E, and E as again the carp. Remember that in the previous game we didn't have a lot of fishes, right? So they're pretty much the same over and over. This location is exactly the same for what I see. And he has what? And he has the copper nose. Yeah, it's the same place. So carp, copper nose, carp, copper nose. This is also the same place. And crayfish. And crayfish. Okay. Then always in the same place. These were all overlapping. Okay. It's the same location, just 50 meters overlapping. So we also have the days. So it is a very populated lake. Most of the fishes are here. And also the perch. Okay. So all these fishes are actually in E. Okay, yes. Okay, good. Now we go in a completely different direction, which is Oja. If I can stay a few meters up. Yep. Ah, there is this one. Okay, so this lake, I'm still swimming for the... Oh, it's raining. Oh wow, it's raining. It's a long time I don't see the rain. Yeah. There is also the noise of the rain, very nice. So this lake is in Oja Road 1. I'm just trying to understand how far it is from the entrance. I think it's fairly deep. Yeah, it's fairly deep. It's fairly deep. So let's say that is probably around... It's probably around here, okay? So this will be F. And in this lake we have 2 fishes. We have the lionfish and the unicorn fish. This work, guys, will be long. Don't hold your breath, but this work, I mean, reworking all the locations will be long. I know it already. Okay, so we have the lionfish, the unicorn fish. Then we move to Oja Road 2. I like that it's raining. Maybe 20 meters above, so we don't go into the water. Okay, this one is at the beginning of Oja Road 2 because there is the bridge, yeah. And this one is actually a river, right? And this river, yeah, this river is this river. Actually, this river continues the whole way. I don't know why we didn't, but this river goes until the end of the world. This river. This river. Yeah. This river finishes in a waterfall actually. Unfortunately, the transition is not too good, but that's what we have. So yeah, it's finishing here. So this means that, right, this river goes here. Pretty much. Okay. Yeah. So there is a location on this river roughly here. So there is like a G location, but it's only located in one place, because in the old system I couldn't just say that this river was one piece, right? So it was done in chunks, and this is why we have so many locations in Ojarol 2, pretty much all around the same spot. So we have, let me see, maybe from the top, right? But we have like this spot. Now let me go higher than this. Let me go yeah. So we have this spot, which is relatively close to the bridge. Then we have this other spot. I think they are all around. You know, in theory I could even show them. No, can I show them? I think I can show them. Yeah, I mean, it's not very visible, but there is a circle below me, right? There are actually two circles below me. Can you see them? You can go down so you can see them better. But yeah, you see those circles? These are the two regions, right, that we defined for fishing. But they are kind of hard to find, right? So that's the problem. I mean, for the player, it's kind of a pain at the moment to actually be able to find where to fish, right? While in the new system will be so much easier. So, because the whole river will be fishable, right? While now we have these stupid round locations. So there is one there, one there. There is another one which is fairly far from here. Well, not far, but there. Yeah. Here, so it's basically the same place. Oh wow, look at how many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh my god. There are 1 million in this area. Okay, I don't know why, but we created so many. All in this area. Fine. Yeah, I think these are all the one that I see. So there is crayfish. There is carp, there is crayfish. There is dace, but they are all around here, so I think that I can probably skip them all. Let me see. Let me try a few just to be sure that we are always in the same place. Yeah, you see, we are basically in the same place. Yeah, we are. So all these coordinates are in the same place. So we have the days. We have the Orphe, which is slightly below. I'm not gonna check them all because otherwise it would take me forever. We have the Trout. Actually, this one is slightly in a different location, but it's very close. It's like 30 meters away, so it's one of the circles. It's one of the circles. Yeah. Yeah, the bridge is there, so it's always very close. And by the way, I think the old system really didn't make any sense, right? Because if you have a river, right, it's not that you find a trout only in one place, right, in like 10 meters range. I mean, it's on the whole river. If it's on the river, it can be anywhere. So, yeah, unfortunately. Okay. I don't know if we catch them all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They are pretty much in the same place. 10. It seems that they were looking more than 10. I mean, mainly the ones they were all mapped in the same place. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Well, yeah, I think we catch them all pretty much. I think we catch them all. So these are the fishes there. Okay. If you want player having problem with monster nearby, suddenly makes sense. What makes sense? The circle? The circle I think doesn't make sense. Okay. Oh wow, and that's it. Yeah, and that's it. So these are the only locations where you can fish at the moment. These are the only locations where you can fish at the moment. There is nothing else defined. I was thinking there was more, but no, there is no more. So I think that now we need to do something. We need to go in our game and in our editor and really look at all the places where we have potential new locations. For example, Delver has a lake, right? And we should put fishes there. At the moment is not used. So I think I have to download all the maps, which may be a bit painful, but I will re-upload all the maps. And I think also we need to have lakes a bit more far away, right? In locations where in the future we will populate with villages and rivers, because plus we have the whole Emerald Lake, right? The whole Emerald Lake. Yeah. Okay, let's go. The BD River spot are near the Gobble Village. Yeah. They are near the Gobble Village. I don't know if they attack you. I don't remember if they are aggressive by default. But we will remove the spots, right? So now we can define the whole surface. The whole surface of the river, which is actually divided in pieces, so it's not really one surface, but pretty much, you know, there are very long ones that are long maybe 1 kilometer, so in that 1 kilometer of river you will be able to fish everywhere. So you don't have to know the exact spot anymore, right? Which actually I prefer, because it doesn't make any sense that you have one spot in a full river, right? That doesn't make any sense. Okay, so should we load the whole world and just navigate it? I mean, I can. It's a bit taxing on the machine, but I can. I mean, like, I don't know if the stream will... I mean, maybe excluding the Death Realm and the caves and the Draken Plain. But all the, yeah, all these ones I think we should load up. We can go one by one. This is a huge land to look at, but yeah. Maybe we can go in groups. Let's go in groups. Let's do all the... Okay, let's go in groups, right? So we start from Amnedair. We start from Amnedair and we see so for example, these houses, right, they have pools where in theory they have fishes. Do we want to be able to fish here? I mean, it's like if you're stealing the fishes from the farms. I don't know. Maybe it's not the greatest idea. At the moment there is not loading yet, because is it going to be slow because it's loading in? It's loading in, it's still loading. It's preparing shaders. But here there should be water, right? Yeah, exactly. I mean, I don't know. I mean, these are places that the problem if you want to fish here is that I will have to separate the top. Well, no, I don't have to separate the top. I can just mention this mesh, right? But I don't know, going to farm, you know, going to fish in a farm sounds a bit stealing their fishes. I don't know. I mean, people will try to fish there for sure. But okay, let's start from this map, right? In this map we have a significant big river here. So this river should actually be... There are waterfalls on the left. Right, there are waterfalls on the left of Amnedair here. And then the river is going... Where the hell is this river going? This river is going... like south and then east. And then it connects to, well, mostly south and a bit east, because that's north. Can we remove the fog? Because with the fog it's impossible to see. Ah, much better. So basically, yeah, this river actually continues. And these are two pieces, right? So we may have some fishes up to here, and then other fishes in the other piece, because this is one mesh. Right, it is one mesh, but it's not... Well, in theory it's one mesh. Yeah, it will be detected as a mesh anyway, hopefully. Or not. Will be detected as the same mesh. Because there is not exactly a mesh, there is a spline. This is a landscape spline. So I don't know if this landscape spline, how it will be how it will be detected. I was just editing the thing. No, I don't want to edit this, please. Manage spline. Yeah, exactly. Details. So spline meshes. I think internally, when we will see, we have to see what is the name that he gives to this particular piece, but hopefully he gives a different name for the wall section and not a different name for each piece. Because if he gives a different name for each piece, meaning this piece, this piece, this piece, then it will be really a mess, because I will have to script every piece, right? So that would be annoying. So we have to think about that. But let's see what... So this is what? This is X4, Y02. So we need an X4, Y03. Okay. So that is where the river actually continues. And it seems to be made of a different material. Okay, well, that's kind of bad. Anyway, this river continues a lot. Yeah, I think this river is pretty much infinite. Because... let me move this like here. So I think that the river starts here, and then it does a kind of a round like that, right? And then probably goes left and south again. We need an X303. Yeah, you see that it's doing that. Then we need an X304 and an X404. This ends in the Emerald Lake, I think. Yeah, that is the Emerald Lake. So the Emerald Lake is absolutely huge, right? And there is like one mesh, which is the surface, which is this thing. Which is absolutely huge. But yes. So maybe I did it not properly, because actually I think it's bigger than that, right? So I think it's something like... this, right? Yeah, so there is one river that goes into the Emerald Lake, and then here we have a huge lake, which is nearly as big as... I mean, is super big. It's like 4 maps, right? I don't know if it's that big, but at least like this, I think it is. Okay. So we have, let's say, F. No, F we had already. H and I. Right? Do we want to use J and K as well? J and K are after I. Okay, fantastic. So that would be I. So we have an H, which is the Amnedair Lake, and we have an I, right? So this one are empty at the moment, so we can actually associate them if we want. 2 fishes. Right? At the moment there are 0 fishes, but I think we should have. Now, from here to the left, well, before doing that, is there anything more in terms of lakes in this area or not? Like in this crevice, is there a lake? No, in this there's no lake. There are these houses, but is this a lake? No, it's not a lake. So actually we do not have a lake here, but we have the river, which is good. Okay. Let's try to go to the left. The left in theory is very, I mean, it's not built, right? So it's mostly empty. But I just want to see if I put, by any chance, why this thing is black? Still loading probably, I don't know. I want to see if there are any lakes. No, there are no lakes here at all. There are some roads, but there are no lakes, so this area is completely empty. This area is very empty because I never worked on it too much. There should be villages, you know, and stuff. At the moment, it's pretty much a land only. I think it would be nice to have another lake and another river, right? That actually goes down to the end of the world. Yeah, I think we need this river to go to the lake and then to exit, right? I think we kind of need it. I don't know if I want to do it now, but probably not. But because if we have villages here, they need water, right? So and the river should flow down. Okay, then we have Homestead. That is here. And for Homestead, do we have a lake? We have a very small lake here. I mean, it's very small, but can we use it for fishing? I don't know, it looks a bit too small actually. It's more of a pond than actually a lake. It's super small. Or we make it bigger. I mean, we can make it bigger. Yeah, I think the idea would be to make it bigger. Should we do it now? I would like to have something close to because here in Homestead, there is no river going by, right? No, there is this river. Yeah, there is this river, yes. There is this river. There is a river that goes all the way through, and he exits from this mountain, right? He exits from this mountain, which is coming from the Emerald Lake, obviously, because the lake is there, right? So there is a river which actually exits from here and goes through Homestead, right? And then it goes to the right. And it goes to the right. He stops there. Uh-oh. Yeah, he stops there. It does. There is a rock and GG. There is a rock and GG. Yeah, the river stops there actually. So stops before the mountains. The river stops before the mountains. Okay, so it's a very short river, this one. Okay. So it goes down like this and it stops there. So, but this river still is something that we could leverage. Right, so let's call it J. This is the Homestead River. Now, here we have, I think, absolutely nothing in terms of water. I think it would be nice to have like a lake on top of the mountains. At the moment, I would like having a lake here. Maybe, yeah, after the observatorium here. I can do that. At the moment, this area is not mapped, but we could have a road, right? We could have a road that goes up this way. And maybe we can have a lake here on top of the mountain. Yeah. Let me paint in purple or in some weird color, something like to be added, right? To be added, and we can do it today. You know, it's just that I'm thinking overall. But I think the first thing that we need another river that goes down here, because otherwise the Emerald Lake has no exit, right? And it's impossible. I mean, it's just okay. It can filtrate in the ground, but I think it's better if the Emerald Lake actually has two exits, maybe one from here and one from there and one for Homestead, right? So that he has multiple exits, so that we can serve the nearby villages. And then I think that here on the mountains, because here there are big mountains, right? We can add a new lake on top of the mountains. That will be nice, I think. I think would be nice. Now in this area, I don't think there is any other lake that I remember. I mean, it's some time that I don't look at this part, right? But there are some mines. There are some hidden spots here for a dungeon. This area of the mountains is fairly crazy to explore, so I don't know if any of you decided to explore this, but fairly crazy area, very complex, right? There is also this weird jump puzzle that I made a long time ago. Okay, yeah, there is no other water. There is no other water in all this area, which is kind of weird. So basically, all this is without water, right? All this is without water. I don't know why this part is black, but seems that the layers are not loading. So also all this part is completely without water, which is a bit weird. I think we need another lake here, because up to, yeah, all these parts, so basically from here to here, right, is all without water. All this block is without water. I think we need another lake. It's too big. This area is too big. This area is huge. So I think we should add another lake probably here. Okay. Because this area is huge as nothing and it's not good. Now, I think here there is Gog. Yeah, so here is Gog. In Gog also we do not have water. Now for the Cran I think it's a bit less needed to have water. But still it's kind of weird, right? That there is no water in all this area. I mean, if there is a village... Yeah. The first lake is here, which is in front of Gog, which is this one, right? Lake E, which actually I would say is a bit higher than I pictured it. So it is a bit more in front of Gog, so it's more like here, right? I don't see other lakes. There are mines. Yeah. So let's finish this part. Basically, yeah, we need to add at least one lake there. I don't know if I want to add a river, but the wait. So in reality, E is higher than D. Okay, so yeah, it's not exactly like it should be. I mean, this one is definitely more here, and this one is more here, I guess. But it's fine. I don't care too much. I mean, it's okay. Unless there is a third one. Maybe there is a third one. Is there a third lake? Maybe there is a third lake then. Or not. No. So let me load this, but here we are already in Idlas, so... So yeah, the lake position is wrong in my map. Yeah. So actually, yeah, actually this one is way higher. And this one is in front, is pretty much in front of Gog. Yeah. So it's like this. So here there are no lakes. Well, there is one lake there. What is that? No, there is the magic shop. Yeah, for Idla City we do not have rivers or lakes around, which is kind of weird, right? I mean, it's very strange that a large city is not built around a river. So, I mean, it is possible. I mean, there are wells like this, right? But there are wells. So basically what we are saying is also that this wall area, right, this wall area is without lakes or water. There is one here. And there are no rivers there. Okay, let's go. Let's do just a fly through and see if we see anything. But apart from that lake, it seems that there are no... Okay, then we arrive here, right? And in Delver, actually, we have a lake. We have a lake and we have a river. The river is not very long, but still is there. So it's like going underground or whatever. Maybe it would be nice that if it reaches at least the mountains, but it's not a big deal. I mean, people usually are around the city and then they see the lake and it's enough, right? I don't know even how this river finishes. I mean, it doesn't finish with rocks or anything else. No, it just finished very, very rough there. But yeah, here in Delver, we have an existing lake. And we have a piece of a river, right? So this one will be K. This one will be K. I don't know if I want to have different things between the lake and the river, but in theory we could, right? We could have separate we could have K and L, right? We could have two different locations, even if they are very close, but I don't know, maybe not. Maybe not. I don't know. Let's say K, right? Okay, so now do we have other rivers or lakes in here? No. No, we don't. Oops. No, we don't. The other lake is here, yeah, which is B, which actually is a bit more to the left than how I design that where I put it, right? So it's more here than there. It's kind of here. Right? And it's not so distant. Well, I mean, it is a bit, yeah. It's like half a tile. One tile from... but you see that there were two lakes? I remember that. There is a large lake after the mountains, which is basically very hard to reach, but you can reach it from Delver. I remember that. I knew there were two lakes. I knew there were two lakes. There is a very large one, by the way. So in reality, if you look at how it is, there is a smaller lake, which is this one, which is here. Pretty much. And then there is a larger one here, which is kind of close by, but since there are mountains in between, is harder to see. JKL. Right? So this area, there is a lot of water. Then I forgot that obviously here there is a wall waterfall, and so there is all an underground river. I don't know if we want to. I don't know if we want the people to actually fish in this area, but this is all. This is all water. Huh? The problem is that this place is not really accessible at the moment. If you fall down here, you don't have a way to get out of it. So you are stuck there forever. Unless we create like an underground, you know, would be nice to create an underground map. Tunnels, right? To have some tunnels that actually go from there to high ground. Yeah, that would be very nice. But at the moment, that's a bit too much work. So I would say no. Okay, we have a lot of lakes in this area actually. A lot of lakes. Okay. Now, well, maybe we should mention here the fact that there is a huge water body at the bottom, but Okay, then if you go to the east, right? If you go more to the east, so if you look at this area is without rivers until, at this point I think I just have to load everything. I will just load everything. Boom. Maybe I can unload the, because it's very heavy, as you can see. I'm like, maybe I can unload the left side. So basically all the 01, 02, 01, 02, 03, 04 we can unload. Okay, we removed all that part of the world. I think we can also unload Amnedair and Beady Eagle. Okay, so here there is what? There is Raurem. Right. Here there is Raurem, where there is this big river, and then we have the two Oja. And here there is the river that goes into the into the waterfall. Yes, I don't know why certain parts of the map are like this, but I think it's just a loading problem. Yes, it's loading shaders. Yeah. So here we have. So here we have the Lake of Tears, whatever is the name, this one, right? We have that lake and pretty much nothing else. Nothing else. Okay, and then there is this big river. So what we are saying is that from here to there, apart from this lake, right, there is nothing else, and then this river starts, right, and this river goes north for a very long time, and then it splits into the two rivers, right, which is this split that you see here on the map. And then if you go more to the east, there should be the one with the Dupong. Yeah, there is this one with the Dupong, but I don't think it can be considered a lake. So this one is not. Yeah, and then if you go more to the east, it's basically the desert, right? So here we don't have any water. Here we don't have any water. Here is Ojaveda city. And the only one, there is one oasis somewhere here. There is one oasis here, and this one, yeah, this one looks a bit like there may be fishes, even if you are inside the desert, but I don't know if fishes can be really in desert oasis. Can fishes be present in desert oasis? I think the answer is obviously no, but anyway, let's see, maybe we are lucky and it says yes. Says yes, in California the desert pupfish lives in the desert oasis area. Oh wow. Can fish live in an oasis? Desert pupfish has been known for withstand conditions like low oxygen level, high salinity level, and extreme high temperature. Okay, it seems that the answer is yes. So we can, I mean, obviously it's an exception, right? But he's saying that Onyuanga secure lakes, and especially the Lake Buku, present remarkably the Lake Buku. Where is this Lake Buku? Where is this Lake Buku? Google Maps. Lake Buku. What is it? Huh? Is this? Why it doesn't bring me to the place? Lake Buku. Where are you? We are in Africa, we are in Burkina Faso. But it's not really desert, no? Let me see. Oh wow, it looks like desert actually. I mean, there are a bit of trees actually, so it's, but yeah, the land looks very, very, very dry. But there are trees though. But yeah, the desert is here, so this is desert like, or not, no, this is a lake. Is the lake with this color? Yeah, it is. Okay, so it seems that in this lake there are fishes. Holy fuck. What is this? I know, this is just a place. Where are the lakes? It is full desert, bro. Wow, there is a lake in the desert. Can I see a picture? Lakes of Unianga. What the fuck is this? Oh. Wow. Holy moly. Wow. Impressive, boys. Look at that. Oh, wow. There is the desert that is actually finishing into a lake, ending into a lake. Oh, wow. That is very nice. Incredible, huh? Yeah, but this lake is super big. I mean, our lake is more of an oasis than a lake. But I don't know. They can be underground rivers, you know, and so maybe I think we can have this one as a fishing spot. I think would be cool, right? You arrive there and you find a place to fish. So I would actually, yeah, I would actually use this. I would actually use this. And so we have a lake. I don't know exactly where is it, but it's pretty much, it's kind of far from the south, but it's also far from the top. So it's kind of in the middle, right? So it's probably here. M. Okay. Okay, that is good. Now, in the desert there are no, I think there is only one oasis if I remember right. Let me see, but I don't think there is anything else. There is this weird thing that I don't know what is it, but yeah, we need dungeons and stuff to do in this area at the moment. We also need monsters. We need like creatures living there, right? At the moment we do not have. So, and then yeah, and then we catch the river. So this area only has this, and then there is the river. So this area is a bit empty, I would say, in terms of lakes and stuff. Also, I think that this is not really correct. Yeah, it's not. It's really not correct, guys, because actually it is way more to the right, but like way more. So it's like here, right? And so this is kind of wrong. I think this wall block is wrong. Well, okay, let me try. I think that the rivers are way more to the right than we think, right? So if you look at it, right, as something like this and something like this, right? I think Raurim is wrongly placed. I think he's here actually, but anyway, it's fine. It's just an indication, right? It's not that he has to be perfect. So, but yeah, there is a lot. I mean, I'm doing this change because actually, what I'm thinking is that there is actually a significant amount of land, you know, between Raurim and the right side, right? So in reality, that is more. It is more like this, right? It is. So yeah, I know it's a bit messy now, but fine. Okay, I mean, fine. So it's more like this than like that. So there is a huge land. What I want to say is that there is a huge land here, right? Without anything. I mean, without any lakes, and maybe we can add something because this land really is a land of nothing. Well, it's not a land of nothing because there is the old Ilian city here. So there are the ruins of the old Ilian city, but there is very, very little, right? There are just some, yeah, ruins like that. And then pretty much, yes, there is a road. But apart from the road, all of this is no man's land, right? No man's land. All this is on no man's land. There is a kind of a natural bridge with a stalactite that fell down. But yeah, and then you arrive to Delver. I think we need, well, we have that lake, right? The big lake which is there. But this land is fairly big without lakes. I think it's a bit of a pity. I think it would be nice to add another lake here in the middle. I mean, Ilon Donari is, in terms of distance, is like more close to the rivers than to Delver. So, more close to the river to Delver. So, pretty much is here. Pretty much is here. And here there is no, and we should expand, by the way, we should expand that area and have a dungeon there or something. Would be very nice. I think we need there is a lot of history. There is a lot of history around this place that we have to develop. I mean, it's already there a bit, but there is way more that we can do, right? I would suggest to add a new lake. I don't even know if we want to have a river. Maybe we can have a branch of this. Because what this suggests, right? What this suggests, it suggests that there is a main source of water, right? That does something like this, right? But then it stops. While maybe it could be nice if this could continue and then maybe, you know, connect here, or continue and connect here, right? But yeah, I think something in this area would be nice. To have another lake, here would be nice. Just because, you know, just because this area is too empty of water. It's too empty of water, and if there are cities, you need water. Okay, I think that is pretty much mapping everything, no? Ah, we have this one. Wait, no, this one is the same one. I think we didn't do the west side of Idla. Yeah, exactly. We didn't check this part, right? So this part is this part. What I call west side of Idla. Takes a bit to load. And in this area, also there are no rivers. And this area is this. Right? Here there are the mountains, so these are mountains, right? And we want to have the lake on top of it. But this area is completely without any lakes. And I don't know if I want to add one or not. But I think it would be kind of nice, yes. I don't know if I want to have a river, but a river needs to have like an entrance, right? But yeah, I would like to, because here I want to have villages. I'm pretty sure that in this area there will be villages. I don't remember if you already have a road. There is a road that arrives here. So yeah, so or here between Gug and this fortress. Well, it's not a fortress, it's just a gate, right? It's just a gate. So here is the west gate, pretty much. I think all this drawing is a bit fucked up because in reality, now that I look at it, right? I mean, or the city is more to the left, or this, all this is more to the right, right? Because this vertical line doesn't really match. I don't know. It's not very correct compared to the real map, right? Because yeah, there is a delta. Well, maybe. Well, no, it's not too bad actually. Let's call it Westgate, which is not exactly, but so I think that here we can put another lake, and I would do it maybe closer to Gog. So maybe in this area, which means here. How big? I don't know, but and we will have, maybe we add a road, you know, a small road that goes. There is already a path, right? There is already this path. We just have to clean it a bit and make it a path that goes north. And it goes in this area. And this area, I think there is a nice flat area. They can easily be a lake, right? They can easily be a lake here, without any trouble. Yeah, exactly. Okay. Okay. I think we are. I think that this is very, very, very helpful because. Let me see who's messaging here. Sorry, I was reading some messages a bit unrelated, but okay. So, I think there is a very good map, right? There is a very good map. There is a very good map. So, do we want to add the no? The first thing I want to understand is how the rivers are considered for the fishing, right? Exactly. I want to understand that because, so for example, if I go Homestead, right? Homestead is already spline, right? Yeah, I would like to understand how this spline is considered when you try to fish. How can we do that? I think we can just go in game, and now the problem is that now we have 1,000,000 maps, right? And it would take forever to load, so I need to delete some stuff. Let me delete pretty much everything. Well, not everything, but quite some part of it. Okay, let me try like this. That's still a medium, but... Okay, let's try like this. So I want to understand, when we fish on a river, what happens, right? I want to understand that. By the way, this lake is insane. This lake is absolute godlike view. I mean, there is absolutely nothing, right? There is not even a house, right? Not even a shack, not even a warehouse, nothing. So probably this area is completely not populated. But there are fishes. That is what Google says, which may not be the truth, but we cannot believe it sometimes. So then the next step is to think which fishes we want to have where, right? Giving a good variety. So I don't know if it tells me when I right click, because when I right click, actually, yeah, you see this, there is a bunch of right click on landscape, blah, 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 blah. But I think it does it only when I have my static mesh component, mesh name SM water BD road. Yeah, exactly. So I see it in the printouts, right? So we will teleport to Homestead and see how the river reacts to the right click. Okay, here is the river. Wow. It doesn't even hit because it's too far. Ay. It does not hit. Well, it does not hit because I didn't flag this as a water surface, right? So I need to flag this as a water surface. Hello, who joined? Hello, Shlu. Hey, thank you for the subscription. For 8 months, let's go. Thank you. Thank you. Victory. Thank you. Hello, how are you? I'm working on fishing already since some time, and yeah, trying to understand how to fish on the rivers, because we have to right click, but the right click is actually not getting anything, but I think it's not because we have to flag the surface with our new collision profile, right? Otherwise it will not work. So let me try to do that. It's 7:22. Watched on YouTube for a bit, funny physics. Yeah, I'm trying to map all the locations where we can have fishes and then distribute them properly. So which is a bit of work, but I think it's nice because then we have, okay, so the point is that is this the river or not? Yeah, I think it is. It looks very just another place, but yeah, okay. The one that we are looking in game is this. I think we are exactly. I think we are exactly at this bridge. Yeah, we are at that bridge exactly. So we are here, right? Now, the problem is, okay, I can go landscape mode because there is a special thing, right? There is a spline, and a spline is managed kind of differently. And the first thing that we have to say to the spline, we have to check the collision settings, right? Yeah, the collision setting of this spline at the moment is no collision. Is no collision. Is it on the segment? Because if it's on the segment, it means that I have to do it for every segment. Is a bit annoying. Well, I can press A. No, I can press Ctrl A. Yeah, if I press Ctrl A, it's actually selecting them all. Is selecting them all. Yeah, where of this spline. Yeah, of this spline. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. So just to understand how to do it, right? So if I select all the segments and then I set the segment as a PS water surface, I don't know why it changed color or something. No, I didn't. It was just this reset. Yeah. So if I set it as PS water surface, right? And then we restart because we have to restart everything. Okay, so now this is a different collision profile. Because we need to be able to detect that there is water. If we don't detect that there is water, I cannot fish. And we created a specific profile with a specific trace channel for our water. And we have to remember to set all the water with that profile, right? That is basically everywhere on the map. So I will have to change all the maps. Well, it's not a big change, but just one flag, right? But I will have to resave all the maps, meaning that next release we have to redistribute all the maps. So probably will be then a full client release. Because at the moment when I right click, it's not even doing anything, right? So it's not sensing that. That there is water or anything. Okay, let's see now. Okay, we get something, unfortunately. It is kind of annoying because what we get... that's not very good actually. That is not good at all. So what we get this, right? So the main actor that we are hitting is the landscape. And this one is zero interest to us. Then the component that we hit is the landscape again, plus this spline mesh component 102. Spline, well, this one can be okay though. And then there is this simple water plane. Why there is another name after the... Yeah, but this could be enough. This could be enough. Spline mesh component 102. But I don't know if I can manage that. I don't know if I can manage that from here. Can I change the name of this guy? layer name, none. Spline meshes, multiple view, multiple values. You mean multiple values? It's impossible. Connections, multiple values. But the meshes should be all the same, right? Simple water plane. Simple water plane. Because I mean, I'm detecting something. Heat component. Heat component. No, I think we have a way anyway. I think we have a way because the only problem is if is changing those names at runtime, right? If it's changing those names at runtime, we are fucked. But I don't think it does, hopefully. So what are we printing out here? We are printing out... Oh, the display name of the component includes the mesh name. That's kind of annoying. Yeah, how does Unreal decide these names, right? I mean, why this one is spline 102? Because here I don't see 102 anywhere, right? So it seems to be an internal name. Right, spline mesh component 102. So my only problem is that I need that name to stay when I update my maps, right? Because if I update the maps and then this one for some reason becomes 125, right? It will be a big mess. The other way would be to tag it. Right, because I think we have tags. Oh wow, we cannot tag. We cannot tag the spline. Oh fuck. Okay, we cannot tag the spline. We cannot tag the spline. Now I need to learn a bit more about these internal names because it's a bit scary, right? That if we rely on those names and then they are changing, I mean, we are fucked. This is not a question a lot of people asked. We can ask ChatGPT, maybe it can, you know. I'm using Unreal Engine 5 and I see that the display name of objects is like, well, I mean, this is the display name of objects on hit, but it's the same. I mean, it's the same. Like if I right click on an object like this bridge, for example, right? If I right click on this bridge, the bridge name is, no, this one is not there. I have to remove my, yeah, this one is like Infort Bridge 19, right? But obviously it's not named this way. Fort Bridge 19, right? This is not the real name of that thing, because if I go here and I search the name, I have to go normal selection mode, right? The name of this guy is Fort 14 Bridge, but there is not underscore 19, right? And it is what is weird. That so Unreal is actually appending of objects contains the mesh name plus a suffix, a number suffix. Example, I have in the editor my F Fort bridge, well, let's just call it F bridge, right? Or SM bridge. I have in the editor SM bridge, and the display name at runtime is SM display bridge underscore 19, right? Where is that 19 coming from? Huh? ChatGPT, can you tell me? Can you tell me? You will probably invent whatever, but let's see. The number suffix of the display name, such as an underscore 19, is generated by Unreal Engine to ensure unique object name in a level or a runtime context. Yeah, that's correct. Here is how it works. Name uniqueness. Unreal Engine ensures that all objects in the same context have unique names. If multiple instances of a mesh or object are created, the engine appends a numeric suffix to differentiate them. Okay, at runtime, I mean, if you create new stuff, I understand that, but if you already have it in the level, right? When you place a mesh like SM Bridge in the level, the engine automatically names it based on the source mesh name. If it already exists, he appends a number to avoid name conflicts. At runtime, objects spawn dynamically. Okay, but this is not my case. You might notice this number in the word outliner in the editor. No, you don't, because they are not... okay, in that sense, yeah, but it's not the same. So the difference is that in the editor I can have one name, and then at runtime the display name is this additional suffix. If you like to avoid or control the naming at runtime, you can explicitly set names for objects in your script or blueprint using the set actor label or set name method. So well, keep in mind, duplicate name will be automatically resolved. Anyway, it was a fantastic answer, no? By ChatGPT. A fantastic answer. My problem is that if I have two bridges, right, one in one level and another in another level, and I load the levels dynamically, I'm not sure which one will load first, right? So in this case, will my bridge always get the same name or different based on the loading sequence? That's a very tough question. I don't know if you can do that. When done, the level dynamic originally find the naming of object and the subsidiary can vary depending on the order which the levels are loaded. Oh my god, Jesus Christ. Yeah, this is exactly what I was fearing. Do you think that is correct, or is just inventing? It's just hallucinating like AI does. Each level is own namespace when it's loaded. Objects within a single level have unique names. When levels are loaded dynamically and their objects are brought to into the world, example, rearranging and ensure that all objects across the level have unique names. Order of loading and name assignment. If two objects from different levels have the same base name, their final names in the runtime word depends on the order of loading. Oh my god, Jesus Christ. No. I mean, if this is true, it will never work for us. Well, It will never work unless this already has a unique name from the beginning. Wait a second. I think it may be a non-problem if this spline can have a unique name, but I don't see the spline name here. You know, the spline doesn't seem to have a name. Why? Right? I mean, it's called Landscape Spline Segment 33, but okay, so it is the segment, but it is not the spline. It is not the spline name, right? Is the segment name. So this segment has a father, right? And that father is the spline. Mesh, material override, mesh scale, advanced, hidden in game, draw mesh, physics, rendering, all. So the splines do not have names. In the landscape tool, it's possible to define a spline object, but I cannot find a way to give it a name, give a name to it. Unfortunately, Unreal Engine does not provide a direct way to name individual splines in the editor interface. Splines are generically tied to the landscape actor and do not have an editable name field. Correct. There are some approaches to manage and define individual splines. But my problem is that while there is no direct naming in the editor, you can interact with landscape spline programmatically. Example, spline set name. I mean, I could set a name programmatically, but it's kind of annoying, right? So it means that when we start the game, I have to go through all the splines in the world and just rename them randomly. I don't know. I mean, it doesn't really work for me. It doesn't really work for me. So, because the problem is that if I'm walking, right, maybe from east and I reach this place, this spline may have a name. If I walk from west and I reach this river, the spline has a different name. And if he has a different name, then I cannot associate it anymore. Uh-oh. Like now is spline mesh component 103. Spline mesh component 103. It was 104 or something else before. 103. So every piece of spline has a different number. Oh my god. That is GG. Oh fuck, yes. It is 97. This will never work. This will never work. This will never work. Bro, how hard it was to put a name in the spline? Or at least allow me to tag them, right? Because if I could tag the actor, right? If I could tag the actor, then I mean, I can create an actor and put the spline in it. That's one thing I can do. This means that I have to redo all the rivers. No! Can I add a tag to the spline? Unfortunately, landscape settings themselves do not have a built-in for adding tags. No. Anyway, this guy is answering very correctly. I'm very impressed by ChatGPT. Tags are generally reserved for actors' individual component, plus they are managed differently as part of the landscape system. Hey, I know! While you cannot tag a spline, you can add a spline control point to spline segment. No, that is fine, man, but it's not what I... Select, what? How do you select tag, what? Locate, what? Select a spline control point or segment in the editor, open the detail panel, locate the tag section under act. This guy is hallucinating now because there is nothing like this. It's impossible. No, I mean I search for tag and there is no tag. There is no tag in the section and no tag in the control point. So I don't understand what this is. This is garbage. Instead of directly tagging spline, you can group spline logically in the editor. Yeah, I think this is the solution actually. I think it is the solution. So instead of having a spline in the landscape, that can be okay, like for fences and other stuff like that. But if I have to create a river, bro, the problem is that I have this river thingy already everywhere, right? So I mean, there are not so many rivers, but you see, all of this I will have to redo, right? I will have to redo all of this. Oh my god. And the way to do it will be... Because also this is a spline, right? Yeah, also this is a spline. But this I don't care because it's just for the fence around the city, so it's not a big deal. It's kind of annoying. It's kind of annoying. Spline mesh or spline component. A spline mesh component, the relation of static mesh component can be deformed using a spline. No, I want a spline actually. I want a spline. So if I say that this spline is made in the same way, can I copy the spline thingies? What? I never used hello? I cannot move it. Because I am in landscape mode. This is actually an object. Yeah. This is actually an object. So if I do I have the same capabilities of the other spline or not? I mean, I need the mesh, right? Where is the mesh here? I don't see the mesh. I can tag it, but how do I add a mesh? Do I need to add it as a child? Maybe. Do I need to add it as a child? So the child will be that simple water plane. What was it? Simple water plane. Okay. And then how do I... Okay. But it's not doing what it should. Wait, we need to learn about these spline mesh components because I don't know how to use them. Spline meshes, huh? Construction script, spline, get number of spline points. I mean, you have to create this manually. Seriously?
That's this one here. And the next one, which would be spline point 1, it's going to add a spline mesh here as well, which I don't want. I don't want it to have a little tacked on bit here. So I'm going to take another one away from it. So I only get 1 point being spawned at point 0. So in your number of spline points, it's going to take away 2, is a mesh that can be bent, basically. Mesh, in my case, the pipe. And this determines which direction it's going to be going. You can see this one in my, that's what we're going to do. At one point we need a point index. That will come from our for loop. And I can, now these two, one, bend of it, but you shouldn't need to touch them too much. So I can grab the end here and I can move it, and you can see it procedurally changing the shape of the pipe as I go. If I want to make another point, I just hold down the Alt key and move it up, and you can see the spline now bending based on what I want.
Fantastic.
To do. I can rotate these a little bit as well, and you can make the various shapes. As you can see, it has no collision on it, but we can add a collision to it quite easily. Just open up your pipe spline component actor, and somewhere after the return value.
I don't know if I should do it this way, but this is definitely one way, right? There is definitely one way to do it. I don't understand exactly why is... So he didn't add a mesh actually to the spline, but he did it with within the blueprint, right? So within the blueprint he did for every... You know, he did this add spline mesh component. Add spline mesh component. Well, we ended up with -2.
And the next one, which would be spline point 1, it's going to add a spline mesh here as well, which I don't want. I don't want it to have a little tacked on bit here. So I'm going to take another 1 away from it. So I only get 1 point being spawned at point 0. So in your number of spline points, it's going to take away 2, and that's going to go into your for loop. Okay.
Really? It sounds kind of a weird, a weird way, but maybe it's correct, you know? Maybe it's correct. Never know. You never know. You never know. Never know. Let me see what this does. I mean, he added the he added the okay. So this by itself is not enough, right? Actually, the guy did more than that, but I was just wondering.
So in the for loop, we're going to... Now, spline mesh is a mesh that can be bent, basically. Which mesh it's going to use, so the output return direction is going to be going. If you can see this one, axis out to type in set, start, and end. And the set, start, and end allows you to change how its starting point and its end point, and determine how it's going to bend accordingly. So you've got a load of vectors here we need to input, and that's what we're going to do next.
Huh? Really? Really?
So the way we're going to do this is we're going to access each point on the spline. So drag your spline in from the component list. From there, you want to type in the words get location at spline point.
Interesting. I never did it this way, but...
And the spline point, we need a point index. That will come from our for loop. So index will go into here. I'm just going to add a little reroute in there. Like so.
Our index,
I'm also going to need the tangent. Start position, start tangent. And I can do that too. Just drag it out from the spline. I type in get tangent at spline point. Again, hooking up the point index to my little reroute here. Now these two can go into the start position and start tangent. Now to do the end position, I want to get the point index, the next one along. So this is, for example, point 0. I need to get it to now point 1, the one ahead, to get the end position. So to do that, you drag from the reroute and go
+1.
add 1. And do exactly the same again before. So spline here, and I'm just going to copy and paste these two here and hook these up exactly the same, but this time going to the end position and the end tangent.
I see.
And click compile, and that's it, we're done.
We're done.
Type spline.
We're done. Actually, seems that it kind of worked. Okay. Now I believe you. Now I believe you. So how do I select the whole actor and not the single spline? Oh, like that. Okay. Okay, so if we save that, I think I have to redo all the rivers, which is kind of painful, but if that fixes my problem, I think we can do it, right? I mean, it's not an infinite work, right? It's just to create points. Maybe I can even copy the points from existing. I don't know. The only thing is that I need now to do what? I need to set the collision again on this guy. So the collision, because the collision is actually on the mesh. Ay, 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 ay. Ay, 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 ay. True. He was speaking about the collision.
Into the world, and there you can see.
He was speaking about the collision, no?
And you can build.
Yeah, set collision. Yeah. It's exactly what I was going to do actually, but set collision enabled. But now here we have to select our own profile, right? Because that's the problem. So I need to set a specific profile.
Like so. And the type of collision we want is collision enabled.
Set collision profile name. Yeah, thank you. And this collision profile name for us is what? Is this PS water surface. Is PS water surface. Okay. Okay. Let's see if this way it works. I think that in general our rivers are suffering from lack of features, meaning that it's very hard for me at the moment to switch between rapids and quiet rivers, quiet water. right? And should we look at the new water system? Yeah, but if I do it now, we will never finish. Because there is a water system that was released already in 5.0 or probably in 4.27, but I don't remember. It was like the ability to create rivers and sea and all of that, right? And that I think is done with splines as well. We didn't use it because it was very early, right, in the development of the water plugin, and so it was even beta at that time, right? So, and I said no. For now, we just go with a standard way. But yeah, I'm thinking that if maybe now is the time to. Okay, this is our fake water. I just placed this fake water plane, right? So the point is, if I right click now on this, what I'm getting something that is even worse, but I can tag it. The point, I mean, I did all of this because I can tag it, right? Because now that I click, I'm getting very weird stuff, right? I'm getting node add spline mesh component 0_1. Yeah, because we are actually adding these guys dynamically, right? We are adding these guys dynamically, but I could tag it, right, with a name, and then that becomes my, yeah. This is why I did it, right? So I can tag this guy, component tags, right? Component tags. Do I want to tag the component or do I want to tag the actor? Actually, I can tag the actor because we get the actor here, right? Spline actor test. Yeah. So I could actually check the actor tag and I could call it, for example, Homestead River, right? I can call it Homestead River and yeah, and go from there. Okay, this is a solution, huh? This is a solution. There is a solution, but requires pretty much that we redo all the rivers and all the lakes. Well, the lakes we can already tag because the lakes are. Do I have a lake here? No, I don't have a lake. But yeah, this is one of the problems. Like this guy is a mesh with yeah, so I will have to tag, for example, also this piece. If you want to fish here, I will have to but this one is easier, right? Because I can tag the wall actor. Okay, this is a solution. This is a solution. But this means that we have to change all our maps, well, all our rivers. Okay, so while we are at this, why not look at the new water plugin one more time? Because if I really have to redo them all, maybe it's better if I redo them in the best possible way, right? Oh my god, it's still experimental? Is still experimental after all these years? GG, bro. I don't know if I want to use an experimental plugin. Why still experimental? I mean, they didn't update it in such a long time. Or they're just unsure of it. I don't understand. Wow. Wow. Why is the water plugin still experimental after all these years, boys? Water plugin is still experimental. What the hell? So this was November 23, right? Which was like 1 year ago. When the water will stop being experimental? After 7 versions. Yeah, exactly. The water is still experimental. This is March 24. I've been given a warning by Unreal Engine not to use experimental water plugin in the final game. Should I not listen to this? Yeah. Use it as long as you don't have any problems. Great answer, really. As far as I can tell, experimental mostly means a plugin can be subject to major changes. So you may not use it during development. Yeah, I think I mean, if that's like the API is going to change, I mean, if that is the meaning, right, then it's fine, but can we ask to ChatGPT? I want to use the new water plugin, but it's marked as experimental by Epic Games. What does this mean? The plugin is still under development and may not be suitable for production ready. My encountered bug crashes. Yeah, this is kind of the problem, right? Because if we put it in and then it's all bugged. The API change, I think I'm fine with it. In the limited support, I'm fine with it, you know, but if you are in a stability problem, right, so that there is not, is there any new water plugin 5.5? Did they update it in 5.5? Let me see. Water. Fix some cooling involving water body mesh component. Remove edit only that from landscape water class and was missing data. Water info custom water implement ability to tag arbitrary reactor as ground by adding water terrain component. Add a multiple fix the river rendering in the water brush. It seems they are working on it, but with very low, you know, with very low priority. Because yeah, there are fixes here, but it doesn't seem to be a big deal, right? Doesn't seem to be a big deal. Even if this guy made a video saying that it is a big deal.
Hello everybody, just a quick update on the water system where we at now. So we have the oxygen tank, we have the new shader with depth-based vision over here with clear water, and when you go in the depth you get bluer water. But I want to show you the ocean shader. We have a work in progress version which is still not done. If you enjoyed any of the videos on this, do me and of the people hitting that, share even more free content with you. But let me show you how it looks. So now we have waves, we have this foam forming on top of the waves. Let me just speed up a little bit the camera. This is a plane. It's not endless ocean, this is just a plane. And right now we're working on the shader on the simulation. We have biomass on this shader, but we want to redefine this shader and integrate the water shader that we are using with the river and the lakes over there from the previous scene, and we want tessellation, something that
I mean, this is not what we need, right? We don't need an ocean, but I was just to say.
Of the channel in YouTube.
So this guy said that new water system because he did it something additional, right? On top of the, but it doesn't seem to be any specific update. Water plugin crashes in engine in 541. Oh, nice. I'm using a Real Engine 544. And I want to mention it's still crashing. Okay, nice. It's still the crash is still happening in 543. GG. Oh wow. It seems that there's been a regression, and so in 5.4 it's completely fucked. So it doesn't, which is the version that we use. So, risky, bisky. So what do we do? No, then no, it's too risky. I mean, it's still experimental. People say that it's crashing, so I would say no. So the question is, do I really want to do this? Do I really want to change all our rivers to use actor splines instead of landscape splines? Let me see if we can learn a bit more about it, because landscape splines versus actor splines. Spline actor, landscape spline. I have a spline actor, I have a code to generate based on random seed. In U4 I could make the spline interact with the terrain below and if speed to be taken out. Mwah. Spline, I think it's called spline component actually. Landscape spline to spline component. Oh my god, is there a way? If there is a way to do it automatically, that would be fantastic. I'm having fun with a Real Engine escape mode. I found it easy to create using spline, but now I want to create a rail along the road. I couldn't find a simple solution. Landscape spline are not easily accessible from blueprint unlike the spline component, so I had to idea of copying landscape spline to spline component. Here is how I did it. Oh my god. In a spline component, the information about the spline is stored in an ordered array of control points. Spline component cannot fork. What? Landscape spline can fork, so the data about connectivity is stored in. Huh? Spline segment has information about up to 2 connected segments. To each spline point, there are many numbers of connected segments. To get a spline component, I split the landscape spline into parts and then fork and choose one will be converted. I get this loss. Yeah, but you did it with code. I iterate over each segment to get a control point. There's information about location, rotation, and touch the spline component points. One main idea. Let me know what you think. So what you like the video display. Holy shit, my friend. This is insane. But if there is no way to do it automatic, I mean, if there is no apply, I don't want to create all this code, test it myself, and go crazy about it. No. Using spline component with or in place of landscape spline. Yeah, but this is very old post, 2015. In 4.8 there is a blueprint function called editor apply spline that lets you flatten landscape using blueprint created splines. You specify a layer to paint as well as very end. You start messing around with automatic river blueprint. What? Editor apply spline. Bah. Landscape spline or yeah, exactly. I'm making a game with a gun on his road. What's the best landscape spline or BP spline? I would use landscape spline for now. You're getting landscape deformation, flexibility and width, fall off meshes, material, but you can let the scraper material layer below the spline. Downside on splines are collisions. You will never end up with additional memory cost because each segment contains unique collision data. BP spline will be better for roads because they are flexible for the task and give you better results. Depends on the mesh. When I was working with roads, I tried landscape spline. The mesh was overlapping with the landscape, but it wasn't good. Yeah, but in our case, you know, is the overlap we don't really care. I mean, the people are like, you know, saying that both are good, but they don't have this problem of tagging, man. Blueprint splines, blueprint splines. Okay, I mean, I understand that, but can I have a bit more than an overview? What the fuck is this documentation? Blueprint spline mesh component. Yeah, ba. Tagged? No. In the Google search, it was saying spline ls util plugin on the marketplace. He created blueprint spline and waypoints based on Alaskan spline. So if you basically want to convert, you know, one to the other, they added to the marketplace. By the way, did we check the marketplace recently or not? Was until what? Until the 17, I think. I remember the 17, no? Limited time free until 31. Yeah, this should be the new. There should be the new thing. The new free stuff, huh? The new free stuff. Boys! Old office. Wow, it's very nice. But do we need it? Probably not. But it's very nice. Maybe the clock. Maybe the books, maybe the chess pieces. Would you like to play chess in plane shift? I mean, we could have it in theory. And we have the mini games that are already capable of doing a board thingy. Okay, anyway. We will add it to the cart. I mean, it's adding it multiple times. I mean, like adding it in quantity 3 or what? Modular Japanese architecture. Modular Japanese architecture. What the hell is the one at the back? Come on. The cups may be nice for the Yankee, because the Yankee are a bit Asian, you know. But now this one is pretty bad. I'm gonna get it anyway because it's free, but it's pretty bad, I would say. What is that? Newtonian falling and momentum damage system. We have it already. Yeah, we have exactly this already done, so it is basically useless to us. But we can put it in anyway. It is free. Why not? You see that it doesn't work immediately. It's a bit weird, right? So this fab website is not as good as it was in the old Epic launcher, but anyway. Okay, guys. So we have like a big decision to take, right? The big decision to take is the spline util and real engine plugin generates a custom looping actor spline based on a selected length scale. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, this one is doing that job automatically for us. Somehow. I'm starting to have a bit of a need of food. Yeah, a bit of a need of food. Do I want to go to eat and come back? Well, I will work on plane shift a bit anyway. But I think I will just go. So we made some progress in the sense that we mapped all our resources and we know what we want to change, right? I have to take this decision to redo the rivers in the other way. So basically using this system. And if we do this, then I will have to change the targeting system, right? Because we did a change to the trace under mouse, right? Trace mouse, whatever. So we did a change to this because no. We did a change to this, yes, for I don't remember exactly where I did it, but I think I did it outside of this. Mouse trace and select. Yeah, exactly. We will have only to change this, right? We will only have to change this part. So we will have to say, if he has a fishing tool equipped, right? Then we want to get the display name. I mean, we will have to get the tag, right? So we will get the tag, and based on the tag, we will return. Yeah, exactly. So the change is fairly easy. The change is fairly easy. I just have to do it in this block. I have to do it in this block, and then okay. I just don't know if this way is the proper way. I mean, is it always the proper way this way? But I think this way is okay, because we basically have a spline, right, which is created. It's true that it's created at runtime in the construction script, but at the end, it's pretty much what the normal spline does as well, right? The landscape spline. So I don't think it's dramatically different in terms of performance or anything else, right? I think it's pretty much the same. Also, our water plane doesn't have any collision. He only has a query collision. So you can right click on it, right? So yeah, I think I would do it this way. So the steps, I mean, we can start to convert one river and see how much it takes, right? I think we'll be fairly quick though, because I mean, what I have to do, is there a way to copy? I mean, what I will have to do, I will have to copy the locations, right? So in theory, if I go, let me see if it's possible. If I go, but I cannot switch between the two because I have to change to landscape, right? I have to change to landscape, go under splines, click on the spline, then get the control point, and then on the control point, I have to save the location, right? This is the location and rotation. So I will have to take this and this. So I will have to copy. Yeah, it's too long. It's annoying. I mean, it's easier to do it manually, right? I'm thinking if there is a way that I can use a trick or something, right, that I can use. But I mean, I can copy the location. I can copy the rotation for all the points, right? And then let's say that I do it for all the points. Then I exit from landscape mode. I go here. I click on this particular point, and then I just paste, right? Yeah, but you see that it's not doing it, by the way. No, it's not doing it, because this is relative. These are relative to the... No, this is not working. No, I have to do it manually. Now, there are a few things, though, that I was controlling here in the spline, in the landscape spline, and I'm not sure if I can manage in this spline, which is the actual, because there are additional properties, right? So, for example, you can say scale to width, right? You can decide a specific scale. And yeah, so because the scale I use it to go below the terrain. So for example, this one is scaled 1.51, and this one is scaled the same, but maybe not all the segments are scaled the same, right? Well, in this case they are, so it's kind of easy. 1.51. So if I want to do the same on this guy, what do I do? Yeah, exactly. How do I scale this 1.5? I don't think I can. Because he's scaling the mesh, right? He's not scaling the spline. Well, maybe it's not true. 1.5. Whoops. What happened? Huh? What? You crazy? You crazy? So if I scale it, what I'm scaling here? I'm scaling, well, should I scale the actor then? No, because the scale is, yeah, maybe the actor. But with the landscape spline, I had the possibility to scale each point. While here, wait, scale rotation. I have it. Selected point. No, I have it. 1.5. But it's not changing shit. I said 1.5, right, on this specific point, but it didn't increase the sides. Or now reduce the sides. So I don't understand the scale selected points. Spline component, apply point scale. Set start scale, set end scale. You have to do it manually as well. Yeah, this thing that in the blueprint, right, you have to do everything manually. I mean, it's kind of fine, but at least the basic, right, like adding a mesh, I mean, should have been there maybe in the constructor as a default, but I understand. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. So we have to do set start scale, set end scale. So we have to explicitly, but this method is interesting. I think this method is interesting anyway. Then we get scale as spline point. From the spline. Yeah, it's the same shit. Okay. And then interior is this guy, right? X, Y, and Z. What do you mean? Huh? What do you mean? I only have two. Why? Why I only have two vectors here? Why is it 2D vector and not a 3D vector? Huh? That's kind of weird, huh? No? Why is it 2D why there are only 2 directions? And why this guy is getting Y and Z instead of X and Y? Thanks for the answer, that helped very much, but I use an old version where the notes are a bit different. What? Set scale as blind point. Set scale. Huh? I'm a bit confused here, but fine. Mesh. Set scale. No, but set scale as spline. No, wait. There is the same function of this, right? So I have to do it on the mesh, actually. It was correct. It was correct the way it was. But I don't understand that he's mapping the Y and the Z instead of mapping the X and the Y, and also I don't understand why we are, I don't know, maybe because this is a 2D only. I don't know, that's a bit weird. 1.5. Yeah, it actually works. It actually works. Yeah, it actually works. Okay, so that's a solution. Yeah, this is a solution. This is a solution. The only problem is that it's not really smooth. You see that it's doing it like square. But I think it's because we just have a plane. So I think that also in this case, right, it was doing it square, but we never saw it, right? Because it's below. But I think that also in this case, if I go to landscape, I select this and I say that the scale is 1, or let's say 0.5. Oh wow, this is even more brutal, because it's really scaling this without scaling the other piece and not connecting to it. Oh wow. Okay, so in theory it's a better solution, right? The blueprint one seems to be smoother in terms of connections, because it's doing that one and the next one. So actually this seems to be better in that respect, and yeah, if I want to add a new point, it's fairly easy, right? It's fairly easy. So what we can do, we can use this method, right, instead of this method, and we can then tag the piece, I mean the actor. We can tag the actor with our phishing information, and so we can make it unique, right? And we can make it unique. Because the problem that with the landscape spline, we don't have a way to actually understand the actor name, if not by using the generated actor name, and that is actually going to change based on the streaming levels, right? What is streaming first? What is loaded first? Loaded next, right? So, I mean, it is true that we are doing that server side, and actually the server is loading everything, right? Yeah, that's another good point, I guess. Because, I mean, it would be different loading and different names. Because I think the engine must keep the same name, right? So I think it's you. Yeah, I think it is. So if the server is loading every level, in theory, that problem is not a problem. This is a good point, actually. This is a good point. So do you mean that that will always be? But we have seen weird stuff, right? We have seen that every piece was having a different name, right? Yeah, because the actor was called the spline actor test, which is fine. No, the spline was called what? Wait, let me redo it a second, because now I'm confused of what is what. Let me redo it a second. Then I go to dinner. But yeah, we are making good progress. This thing about the rivers, I didn't really take into account, but it is an issue. But we have a solution now, so which is good. We have two solutions actually. Yeah, my only fear is that if I like add one level and that level is in between two other levels and he has a spline, then the engine will give to that spline a different number. So that number is not guaranteed to be always the same, right? And that is a bit scary, because as our world becomes larger and larger and I add stuff, I cannot go and you know, ensure that, I mean, and take care of that numbering. Right? So I want it to be always working and always correct. Right. So let me see the name now. So the name here is landscape. Yes, the heat actor is actually the landscape, so completely useless. And then we have this spline component 101, 97, 96. And there is the one that seems very, 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 very weak, right? Because we don't know. And then it's different all the time, so we will have to... And the spline mesh component probably will stay the same across all the spline mesh components, so we cannot know, it's impossible, right? So we have to do the other system. Now that is not reasonable for us. This is not gonna work, right? So we have to use the new system. That's fine. It's fine. So I have to redo all the rivers, but I think is a better change, right? Is a change for the better. So I think we can do it. Is this thing stuff that I can harvest or not? Okay, I think, guys, that's all for today. I wanted to work a bit more, but I need to go to dinner as well. So I will probably still work on it after dinner a bit. And what I will do, I will start to substitute at least one river. So I will have at least one river fully done with a new system, and then I will test fishing there. And then the other thing that I will do, I will start to think on how we want to distribute our new beautiful 25 fishes, right, into the world. Because now we have a significant amount of fishes, right? We have all these nice fishes. Like this guy. Haha, look at this guy. Or this guy. Look at that. Isn't this beautiful? Okay. Okay, guys, I think that thank you for watching. I will see you tomorrow around 4 p.m. European time. And meanwhile, if you want to leave a follow, that is very appreciated on Twitch, and subscribe on YouTube, which is free. Also remember that our game can be downloaded on our main website because it's actually released. So you can play it right now if you want on Windows, Linux, and Mac. And yeah, here are all our socials you can connect to. Yeah, and just play the game. That would be nice so that we have more feedback from players. We don't have a lot of players, so the more of you are playing, the better to understand what to change, you know, and get feedback. Yeah. See you, boys. Bye bye. Bye 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 bye. See you. Bye. Bye.